40,000 Iraqis are stranded on a mountain as ISIS jihadists threaten them either with death via dehydration if they stay, or death via attack if they try to leave. Tens of thousands of members of one of Iraq's oldest minorities have been stranded on a mountain in the country's northwest, facing a possible slaughter at the hands of the jihadists that surround them if they flee. And Lewis already starting to run low on supplies, including water, and the fear of dehydration is very, very real. UN groups say that at least 40,000 members of the Yazidi sect, many of them women and children, have taken refuge in 9 locations on Mount Sinjar, which is a craggy mile-high ridge identified in local legend as the supposed final resting place of Noah's Ark. There's at least another 130,000 more people, many of them also from the Yazidi stronghold of Sinjar, who have already fled to Dohuk in the Kurdish north, or to Erbil, where regional authorities have been struggling for months now to deal with one of the biggest and most rapid refugee movements in decades. There's another man who's hiding in the mountains, and he's identified himself as Nafi. He says, quote, "Food is low, ammunition is low, and so is water. We have 1 piece of bread to share between 10 people. We have to walk 2 kilometers to get water. There were some airstrikes yesterday against the jihadists, but they have made absolutely no difference. There are at least 500 Yazidis, including 40 children, who have been killed in the last week, according to local officials. The Kurdish minority Yazidis have long been regarded as devil worshippers by the Sunni jihadists. I have, Lewis, unfortunately, zero pragmatic, constructive ideas here. I read one report that said there were attempts at airlifting food and water and supplies that did not go well. Other reports make absolutely no mention of these attempts anyway. I am really at a loss here as to what to even suggest could be done.
There aren't many options, right? You either keep trying to get them supplies through airlifting supplies in, then you run the risk of getting those planes shot down. You airstrike the jihadists. I mean, maybe that'll work, maybe it won't. Or you send in a large ground force, but who's going to do that?
Well, that's the issue, exactly. Who is actually going to get involved here? We see, we can always kind of talk about the United States getting involved. The United States is involved in plenty of stuff as it is. And also, I've been another one of my interests in following this story has been that it has not gotten the media attention. When you think about, there are 40,000 Iraqis that are stranded with losing supplies, losing water, with less and less water left. This has not really gotten the media coverage that I might have imagined it would at least deserve.
It is pretty shocking. I mean, you would think that 40,000 people who are in a dire situation like this would receive some attention.
We're going to keep following it. We will come to you with more news as we have it. Lewis, if you have to imagine 3 weeks from now, what do you think will ultimately happen? Aside from what you would want to happen, what do you think the news about this will be in 3 weeks?
I think it will probably be bad news.
All right. Well, we're going to keep following it, and hopefully that's not the case.